press the power button on the 475 or the power button given on the toolbar to power up the unit. The 475 will search for any connected devices automatically. We have our device connected, and the 475 identifies it and loads the associated DD. The warning message appears with message to acknowledge and accept the risks with an untested DD. Our DDs are tested and registered with the Foundation, so we are okay to proceed. Click on Continue. The heartbeat at the top is an indication of a live device. The 475 user interface is tablature format. The first menu has 3 branches: Device Variables, Device Setup, and Diagnostics. Please refer to section 3.1 in the IOM for details on the device variables. The device variables provide transmitter output, range values, PV status, device identification and device revisions. This is a read-only section meant to give an overview of the process and the device. An exception is the shortcut provided to perform the essential procedures including zero trim and loop test. The PV here stands for primary variable. The primary variable or measurement of our device is pressure. The PV measurement has 3 parameters: the pressure value, PV loop current and PV % of range. The unit of measurement associated with the pressure parameter is user selectable and can be configured under the device setup section. We shall look at it in a while. By default it is set to PSI. Every parameter can either be dynamic or static. A dynamic parameter updates the value periodically without any user intervention. Like this pressure parameter. It reads the value of pressure from the device and keeps updating itself. Next parameter is the PV loop current. Again, a dynamic parameter that keeps updating the loop current, which is a reflection of the pressure value, relative to the pressure range of the device. The PV % range gives the percentage value of the pressure reading, relative to the range values. The second item under primary variables is range values. It provides information regarding the lower range value, the PV-LRV, and the upper range value, the PV-URV. These can be defined by the user as per the process requirements. But remember, we are on the process variables menu and this is just to have an overview of the process parameters. All the parameters here are read-only. The configuration is performed in the device setup menu. We will get to that in a while. The next item is the PV status. This contains an analog gauge, displaying the process measurement at a glance. The dial is programmed as per the range values and it will change dynamically as per the user configuration. Next to this are the 2 status bits of the device. The PV over range and PV under range. The over range alert is triggered if the applied pressure goes beyond the upper range value. This will also set the analog output or the loop current to 20 mA. And the under range alert gets triggered when the applied pressure goes below the lower range value. This will also set the analog output or the loop current to 4 mA. So overall, the PV status group box provides the real-time information of the process that determines if it is in a good or bad state.